So there's one that we're seeing, which is not only are sellers testing earlier in the process, and therefore, but like I said, validating earlier means you're saving mistakes later down the line, right? And so you're increasing your chances for success in the market by having the sandbox to test earlier. So not only are they doing that with their own products, but they're actually doing that with competitors' products. So what you can see is one of the most common tests that we see nowadays is actually sellers testing against the competition. So doing a search on Amazon, let's say for a massage gun, and then taking a screenshot of just the top listings and actually asking an open-ended poll, kind of like a mini focus group, like which one would you choose? Why would you choose it? Like what's really compelling to you? We offer a click test now, so you can actually see which ones they would click on by inviting the buyers to do the panelists to do so. So we're definitely seeing a lot of that competitive testing, in particular if you've iterated with your designer and you're at a like a creative that you think is doing well, then you can go and put that up against your competition and actually test in the sandbox before actually having to commit to putting that live. But we're definitely seeing that the trends in main listing images move very fast. So I'd like to share, continuing on the example of massage guns.
So while you're pulling it up, let me just ask a follow-up question, because it seems amazing to me. I didn't realize that PickFu even offered this service. But if you are doing a massage gun, there's obviously, I would imagine, this is not a niche that I'm in, but I imagine it's just as competitive as the cutting board niche. There's probably a zillion different massage guns out there. Of course, you think yours is the best, right?
Of course,
you designed it. It's yours. Everyone, no one's ever going to admit that someone else's is better. But again, it's always like what's in the customer's head, and so you can ask PickFu testers to basically go out there and say, go search for massage guns. Which one would you buy and why? And I guess the answers can come back in terms of like, well, this one's cheaper. The reviews on this one seem better. I like the packaging on this one. I mean, what are the different responses that you get for these types of tests?
Yeah, so I'm showing a slide here that has a screenshot of a click test that we offer, and basically what the seller did here was they just I think they did a search on Amazon for lotion, pulled up and just took a screenshot of four Amazon search results right next to each other, and then asked our panelists like which one would you buy and why. And
right.
What we can do with the click tests is that our panelists will click on specific parts of the image. We'll be able to record that, and they're still able to provide a written response. And so what we allow is for you to highlight groups of clicks. Let's say the Aveeno Stress Relief Moisturizing Body Lotion, which is the second one from the left. You could highlight all those clicks and then filter on those clicks, so you understand exactly what motivated the panelists who clicked on that one versus other groups of clicks. And so this is kind of an interesting way to get a heat map of what buyers would click on, and this is using this in a competitive way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go do this myself right after we get off this. I mean, it's super interesting because this one on the right side here, and I won't throw their brand name under the bus if you're listening on audio, but again, for the audio people only, there's 4 different brands of lotion here, and 3 of them are getting basically all the clicks. The one on the right, this 4th one, had just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 compared to so many that it turns into one big blob. So there's dozens of clicks versus 5, and then I'm sure there's a part of this, like you said, they're going to give you responses as to why. And so I could see this being like, I'm the one selling this one on the right, let's say, that's not getting the response, and I'm aggravated. I think, again, it's the best. Customers can tell you why. Like, why is it that you're not getting all the clicks? Well, it's not just price, because this is not the most expensive one here. There's one here for much more. It's got a lot of reviews, and maybe, so maybe you get responses back like, I don't like purple. I think that the purple turns me off, which is the color of the label, or maybe it's the black pump on the top. I mean, you never know like what's going on, and knowing that information and being able to correct it in the next iteration of your product, or just updating your listing if it's something that simple, could be unbelievably helpful. So I'm going to go hopefully not crash PickFu's servers when I go do a bunch of tests on this after this call. That's a really cool feature, man.
Cool. Awesome. There's two other things I wanted to mention. So one other interesting case that we've seen is using sort of this open-ended way of asking for feedback to validate whether secondary images are actually fulfilling the function that you want them there for, right? So I think some advice that we've heard before is that, your main listing image is the thing that's supposed to grab the attention, grab the clicks, and so on. But then your secondary images should be answering questions, right? That either showing your product in use or a lifestyle image or addressing concerns that potential buyers might have. And so when it comes to that last part of do these secondary images address the concern, you can actually put those up there on PickFu and ask, how well does this image like allay concerns of, let's say, trustworthiness or kid safe or dog friendly, or like whatever other aspects you're trying to support with those images.
Very interesting. Yeah, very cool, man. It's definitely cool stuff.